Good morning! I'm here. Didn't think I was gonna make it because I was tired and didn't want to do nothing. I've been wanting to do nothing. It's gotten colder and the last couple weeks have just been rough. Rough. I hope everyone's doing well. We're listening to some good old Sonic music this morning. I've just been in a Sonic mood lately. I'm not sure why. It's been in my brain for a little bit. I do have the goal this year of beating Sonic 1 and 2, like the original games. Because I had never done that before. As a kid, you know, I'd played them and gotten as far as I could. Hold on, I need to turn these notifications off. Turn off notifications. Thank you. And then yeah, you only get so far and as a kid and you're like, I played these on the original Dreamcast. I did, however, play Sonic 2 at a old cafe bar that no longer exists. Rest in peace. And when there was one night I went with my friend and they had a Genesis set up, and I was like, oh, sick. Because, you know, and then I was like, I'll play Sonic. And so I was playing Sonic 2, and I almost made it to the end. And it was just funny. I became so antisocial. I was just like, I'm gonna play this game and focus on my game and because people. And then my friend was like talking to some guy and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I guess we're at a coffee bar and we're supposed to be social, I guess, and we could potentially meet people, but I'm like, meh. I want to play my game. And then after when I lost, I was upsetty. But he was watching me play too, and I was just like, did not talk to him. I just talked to my friend after, I think. It's funny. Yeah, some of these songs, even on the original game soundtrack, I don't recognize these songs, which is weird. But I definitely played a lot more of the second one. Because it had Tails, and me and my brother could play together. And when you played Sonic, there was only one player, so. And then Sonic and Knuckles, I remember having Sonic and Knuckles, that was fun. And you'd open it up, and then you'd put another game on top of it. That was so sick. How they managed to do that with the technology they had at the time. That's so sick how they did that. Such sick technology. Yeah, what have I done this week? What has been happening? I finished a birthday present I need to send to my friend, and I haven't gotten around to getting the packaging and stuff because time, energy, and weather. Because yeah, we're part of the area that is getting hit with big ol' snowstorm. It's cold and it's snowy. Like yesterday, I wanted to run errands. And Ark was like, I warned you, wouldn't be going anywhere this weekend. I'm like, okay, then I'll walk. And he's like, you'll freeze. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but maybe I'll walk. And then I decided not to walk, because yeah, it was cold out. But it was better than today, because it's still cold, but now there's a shit ton of snow. Like, the roads, we live on a main road, and it's not, well, it's still coming down, grant you. They may have did a pass earlier this morning. But it is covered. It's like nobody touched nothing. I'm like, dang. Another day. I can't do nothing. I'm also helping to plan my mom's birthday, so it's like, I want to get that stuff planned out and done. We're starting the ball rolling and getting that stuff, you know, locked away so I don't have to worry about it. Take it off my mind. The baby. Tobias is napping on the blankie. Yeah. This week I watched the second movie of the Bill and Ted trilogy. Oh, sorry. And it was alright. I enjoy the simplicity of like 80s, early 90s movie setups, movie plots, because it's just like, you don't have to it didn't take it seriously. I mean, they did to an extent, but it's just like, it wasn't as like, oh, that doesn't work because of this, that, and the other. Their concepts were simple, and in the first one, and then they just added on to it. It's ridiculous what they added on, but it works, and it was, you know, it is what it is, and it's great. I recognize this level in this music. This is like the Chaos Emerald level, the bonus levels. But yeah, it's just, and it was great. And I want to watch the third one now, but it's not, it's not on a streaming service, so I have to get it another way. And I just haven't gotten around to that yet. And then we're having movie night next Saturday in the Discord. And there's a poll currently up. I think it's got 1 day left for what we're gonna watch. Oh, I know this. It's Robotnik! And currently it's a 3-way tie between what movie we're gonna watch. And you know, I'll go with whichever one wins, but if it's a tie, I'm breaking it, and it's gonna be Sucker Punch. It's gonna be Sucker Punch. I've been wanting to watch Sucker Punch for forever. When it first came out, I was like, I want to watch it, and I never did. And then it just, you know, got caught in the wayside. So I like the idea that I'm doing, of like trying to go back and watch movies that I've missed over my lifespan and before, you know. We're gonna watch that. If another one doesn't pull out in front, it's gonna be that one. Next Saturday in the Discord. It'll be a fun time. What else I got going on? I can't believe January is almost over already. And then we go into February, the chaos of birthday months. Like, it was already chaotic, and then art came into my life, adding another layer of birthday chaos. And not just that, Valentine's chaos. I just looked over at him, and he just looked at me and smiled. So yeah, and it's my mom's 60th this year, and she wants to have a big old party, which is fair. She never got to do it for her 50th. So I'm making sure she's getting her 60th party. So my aunt and I are spearheading that. Getting that all set up. And yeah. And then have my birthday. I don't know what I want to do for my birthday yet. Like, usually, the last couple years, it's just been a chill day in, me and Ark doing nothing. But I was like, this year, I want to hang out with friendos. I want to talk with people. Like, this year's, like, this year, like, one of my things this year is just, like, rebuilding friendships and making new ones. Because, like, I want to build community again, and I want to hang out with people. So it's a rebuild year. What's it called in sports? It's a building year, is that what it's called? Ed? Like when a team has like a rebuild year or a building year, is that what it's called? You don't know sports, but you're a man! Oh, let me see. It's a building year. Rebuild. It's a rebuilding year? The main focus of a rebuild year is getting younger and getting money for the future. What? Sports. A rebuilding year happens when a key player or coach leaves an organization. When this happens, the experiences are lowered for the following year. Okay. Well, I don't know about that, but I'm rebuilding, and that I have my foundation of me, an arc, and now I'm growing it. A regrowth of my community and being around with people and stuff. I'm older, I'm wiser, I want to village and be a villager, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready. I've had a few people, you know, that I've been friends with forever and still talk with, and that's like, yes, this is my core, my besties. But I want other people too, you know, and I've got space and bandwidth, and, you know, yeah. Oh, this, yes! When did we get into Sonic 2? I miss Emerald Hill. It's fine. Sonic 2 soundtrack is worth that. Sorry, I'm not smooth McGroove. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't try. Have I done any oh, I have a, I've been bogging myself down by feeling the decision paralysis when it comes to crochet stuff. And while I am working on another present that it's gonna end up being late, I like to have a little thing to do in my off time just to like clear my brain out. And I have so many different projects I want to do, so many different types of yarns I want to get. I'm just like, decision paralysis. And so I made a wheel for like next project wheel. And then I have arc spin it. And then it was funny because it landed on Scarf. Ouch, that was a spark. You feel that? You and me? He spun it and it landed on Scarf. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could do a scarf. In my head, and he's all like, that's too boring. Can we nudge the wheel to do ear warmers? And I'm like, okay. And I had an ear warmer thing in mind. And so, while at the time I was a fan of the colors that I picked, they're very bright and funky. I'm not the hugest fan of them anymore, but I think it'll be fine. Because I'm doing like a 4-strand braided headband. I mean, ear warmer from TL Yarn Crafts. And I was like, oh, it's got 4 strands. You could do a solid color, sure. But you could also do 2 different colors or 4 different colors. Right now I'm doing 2 different colors. I'm in the middle of the 3rd strand. I could swap it out and make it white. And then add a 4th color. Nah. I'm good with, it's a purple and a green colors, but they're like bright. So it's like a neon green and a deep, dark, bright purple. Like if you were to think of like a Halloween purple, that's the color that it is. Ooh. Now that I've said that, I want to do the other 2 colors, orange and black. So it's like a Halloween ear warmer. Are people wearing ear warmers at Halloween time? My brain is thinking now. Oh, I missed it. It was too early. What else have we been up to, Tobias? Been playing a good amount of Sky Team, which is a 2-player board game. So we got into the red difficulties? Because like there's green, which is easy, beginner, I think. We skipped all those. Yellow, I think, is intermediate. And then there's red and black. Our first red one had a real life timer where we had 60 seconds to make all of our decisions, and I was, not great at performing at that. But this one, the second one is even harder for some reason. We're just having the hardest of times. And it's just like, oh my gosh. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is. But it's been fun. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the jammin'. Sonic music, so good. Boo 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 doo boo. Big stretch. You know that's the rules. Hey Dandy, welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing? Ah, oh my gosh. I was just talking about some crochet projects I've been doing. Doing goodly and nice. Do 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 do. I'm working on a headband. Not a head. I keep saying headband. It's an ear warmer, but it's a braided ear warmer. And I'm doing it with Tunisian crochet, and it's been good practice for Tunisian crochet because like I tried so many Tunisian crochet projects and I've barely gotten anywhere in them, and I just frogged them. And it's hard. Do 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 do. Mystic Cave, that's what this is. Yeah. Hooks weren't meant to hold that many loops. It's heresy. But it's a beautiful go-between between knitting and crochet. Because, like, I do knit, but I want to keep crocheting. And so it's like, I can still crochet. But it's like knitting. Okay. Ouch. I hit that, I'm sorry. But I've only had max 16 loops on the hook for this headband. I started, ear warmer. You start off doing like a few rows of 16. Like 3 rows of like the 16 stitches. And then you just do the first 4 to the full length that you need. And then you do the next 4 and the next 4 and the next 4. So you have 4 braids, and then you braid them after. Then you line them all up, connect them, and then do 16. Close it off. I'm in the middle of the 3rd loop for this ear warmer. Num num num. Okay. Alright. Let us put a pause to Sonic. Thank you, Sonic. I'm gonna put you on in a moment afterwards, but we need to switch over and get aligned with what we want. Oh, I gotta go get my dev notebook as well. I'll be right back, but I'll switch over. All right. So, looking at my notes, I only have 3 things listed here for next steps because that's all I could think about at the time. And so far, we've done the first 2. We have visuals and game layout, aka the UI, as you can see before you. So check mark that. And then we have the cards, which I did do. What in between the last time I streamed and now, I added all of them as their own. Wait, nope, not that. Hold on. We want to go to scenes. There we go. I added all of them as their own scenes in the game. And they're all child. Is that what I did? Hold on. They're all inherited scenes to the card scene. That's what we've done so far. The next step is to create a deck of 52 unique cards. So I need to put my sweater back on because I'm cold. I was warm for a bit, now I'm cold again. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna go back to that YouTube video series. What am I looking for? I got distracted. Okay. View full playlist, please. No, that's the crochet playlist. Not the crochet playlist. Oh my god, Firefox has been doing this thing where it's just like, this content, when I load a video, it says this content isn't available, and then I have to like refresh it. What is happening? Hi Cat, welcome on in, how you doing? It is also snowy here for me as well. We are in path of that stormy plate thingy that's happening. Oh my god. Okay, close that up. I don't want to deal with that. Go back to Chrome. We are snowied. What am I looking for? I'm looking for game dev. I'm looking for here we go. Game dev tutorials. I want the Connect 3 guy. There we go. Mr. Taft creates videos. Playlist. Match 3. Here we go. Why is Chrome doing it too? Wait, what? There's gotta be something wrong with my... It's gotta be something wrong with my computer. But it was doing so fun. It was doing fine with Sonic, the music. What's here now and about to dump a foot of snow, a foot to a foot and a half of snow on us? Yuck. Yeah, I don't know how much it's dumped on us already, but I can't see the roads. I mean, well, I can see them because there's cars. The video does exist. It's just, it's weird. So, okay, I'll wait a second. Yeah, no, I see the cars going down the road, but like I don't see the road. And we live on a major road. So it's like, but So when I've been loading YouTube, it started a couple days ago with Firefox. Like I'll click on a video or a video will load up. And it's like, this video is no longer available. Or here, let me redo it. I don't want to jinx it now with the Sonic, because the Sonic was going nice and it was working fine. Now it's doing it with this. Oh, now you work fine. Now you work fine, whatever. And then I have to refresh, but it would do that, and then I have to refresh. And yeah. Yeah, Canada is quite big. Meanwhile, you battle software, who will win? I will win in the end. I will win always. Okay, Welcome
back. So today we're gonna set up this.
Okay, if you probably could hear this. If you can't,
a two-dimensional array.
It's fine. I'm going back to this tutorial to figure out how to fill a 2D array, but instead of doing it with game pieces like he's doing, I'm filling it up with the cards, which I don't have on the screen to show y'all. Like that, see? No, how do I? Bam, I have them all. I put all 52 cards in this as their own inherited scenes from the card scene. It took a while, but I did it. And now we're on to the next part.
Programming for a while. It's going to seem a little weird. It's one of the weird things about Godot, but we'll get to that. So, first thing we want to do is we're going to take a look at our piece scene here.
Your piece scene, my card scene.
Pieces, not any one of the pieces, but the main piece scene.
All right, hold on. Let me move this over. When the moon hits your eye. Also, if you're in the Discord, if you're in the community Discord and you haven't voted yet for movie night, you only have about a day left to vote. Okay.
From which everything else derives. So in our piece scene here, I'm going to highlight the main node, which is...
Okay, in our piece scene, or our card scene, if you will, highlight the main node.
2D. And then I'm going to scroll down here to where you see node. Right now, it should have...
Node? Is that what he wants? Is that what I'm looking for? I'm looking for... Oh, script right here, right? Yeah.
No script attached. We're going to create a new script for this. So go ahead and just click in there, choose new script. This is the attached node script window. We can choose a link.
Last time I voted, Trudeau started dating Katy Perry. So now I'm scared to vote for things. But you didn't. He wasn't even an option to vote for. He stepped down. He's like, yo, I'm taking myself out of the race. So just because two things happen, that doesn't mean there's correlating, or whatever that phrase is.
Language.
Okay, I need to add a script. New script for card.
We're going to use GD script. What it's inheriting from, by default, it inherits from whatever type of node that was. So we're just going to inherit from node 2D. We're going to use the default template.
Default? Yeah, I'm on default.
Are default empty or no
Willem default?
We'll just leave it default. We have a path to save it to. I like to save my scripts to a separate folder.
Oh, yes. I do have a separate folder for scripts. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Resources folder. Create a new folder, call it script.
Pee pee poo poo. What? What? You okay? Well, going in. Good morning.
And then in there is where I like to save my scripts, mainly because I don't like having my scenes.
Save my scripts, really?
And then we'll just hit create.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Create.
Script.
Yay, we have a new script. Okay.
Has comments in it. The script window, like I mentioned at the very beginning, it takes up the scene view However, there's an option for what's called distraction-free mode.
What?
These
I don't know
four
why that song is
outward-facing
in my head.
arrows right there that
When
make
the
it so that
moon hits your
it looks
bright
more
like
like what
a
you'd
big
expect from like
pizza
Visual
pie,
Studio or
that's
something. So,
amore.
just like in Unity, this creates a blank script.
Oh, it's
always.
funny. I'm gonna pause the video. Citing the ancient texts. Just having the sillies, yay. But I just thought of like, so like not the other day, but like a couple weeks ago, my mom came over for dinner. We made her salmon because she'd never had salmon because she's trying to try other meats because she's turning diabetic or is diabetic now. But she wants to try different foods and meats that aren't just, you know, meat, like red meat. And so we're like, yo, we'll make you fish. We'll make you salmon. And so Ark made salmon, which was all right. And then rainbow trout, which was the best damn thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. I was like, this is fun. This is freaking fantastic. And then later on, we played a board game. And it was the evening. I'm getting tired. And so I'm singing. And it's a lot of Disney songs because the game we were playing was Harmonies. And you build habitats for animals. And the animal cards are gorgeous. And one of the animal cards is a warthog. So I'm just like, and I was a young warthog. But I'm just like singing to myself and whatever because I'm getting tired. And you know, my brain is, I'm getting loopy. We call it weird at night. Me and a couple friends, we call it weird at night. So I'm just, you know, being me, neurodivergent self. And my mom's like, you're singing a lot. You tired? And I'm like, what are you, my mom? How'd you know that? And I'm like, I am tired, Mom. How'd you know? Like, oh my God. Like, you know, you raised me or something. It's just like, what? It was so funny. You're singing a lot. Are you tired?
Predefined variables here.
It's like, no, Mom, I'm not. I just like to sing.
You know, the variables go here. Then there's the ready function, which if you're used to Unity is pretty much the same thing as start. And then there's commented out process with a argument of delta. Delta is essentially time.delta time. It's how much time has passed since the last frame. And this is called every frame, similar to update in Unity.
I need to use that. What are you, my mom? Like, yes, sweetie. I actually am. Yeah.
So what we're going to do here
exactly what happened.
Just set up.
So I didn't say it out loud like that to her. I was just like, yeah, I am. But in my head, I'm like, what are you, my mom?
One variable really quickly. We'll be revisiting this relatively soon to set up more than just that one variable. But for now, we're just going to have
so we're setting up a variable. Export
means it's visible in the inspector.
Oh, I remember I had to change things up for this because export is a little different. That's why I have my other things loaded up already. Hello, give me your script. Okay, that's the grid. We want to, there we go. Yes. So it's, instead of, okay, what he's writing, it's going to be a little different. Okay.
Export is a string. And then we have its name, and its name is variable color, which is going to be the color of the piece.
Okay. Okay, so we use our brain meats to take what he's teaching and apply it to and change it to what I need. So he's okay. Let me look over the script. I don't even think y'all can see this. No, y'all can't. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Pulling up the other. That is not helpful. Okay, let me just use this and change it to the other one. Nope, hold on. Hold on. What? Okay, I was like, where is it? Okay. Here's the other Godot. So this is from when we did our match 3. So the first thing he has to start off doing is export variable color string. And so and so that would, YouTube chat just died. It just whited out for some reason, so I'll grab this and pop this out over here. No YouTube chat? Okay. So like for what he was doing was easy because he only had to deal with 6 colors. We got to do with 52 different cards. So by doing this though, exporting this variable string color, it added the color thing here. And so would that do that for each of these? Oh, hold on, I clicked the wrong thing. Maybe I need to continue I think I need to continue watching before I try to figure out how to make it work for my cards. Okay, hold on. Where'd you go? Here we go.
So I'm going to go out of distraction-free mode here, and if I click on my piece, you can see that I now have script variables that show up above anything else. Color is null. So I'm going to go through my different scenes here, my different pieces, and oh, I guess I need to save my scene. So save all scenes, and if I go to any of my pieces now.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if I pull up the green piece, click on it. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, let me continue watching to remind myself how he applies it to the 2D array, because that'll determine what how I do mine, I guess.
I'm gonna do that really quickly here. So blue, I got green. Oh, hey, look. Somehow it already had a color. Okay. I got light green. I got orange. I got pink. And the last one I have is yellow. So they all have their colors already assigned. All right, cool. So now I'm going to go back to my game window. And in my game window scene, I'm going to add a new child node. And this is just going to be a regular old
Okay, what
node
scene?
2D.
Hold on, back up.
Add a new
back
child
it up.
node. And in my game window scene, I'm going to add a new child node. And this is just going to be a regular old node 2D. I don't need anything else. I'm going to make sure this is positioned at 0, 0. So go ahead and open up your transform and make sure the position is 0, 0. I don't want it to be anywhere else. And I'm going to rename this to be grid.
Okay.
This is going to be all of the logic for our game grid. Now, for grid, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a new script. Inherits from node 2D, defaults. I'm going to choose a different path than the default one.
Okay.
Set my script there, and then choose create. Now this is going to be a little more complicated, so our grid script has to have quite a few variables in it. So first, I'm going to make a comment here just so I can be a little neat with the way I'm setting stuff up. This is going to be our grid.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Suffer with me when I was a young warthog. Very nice. Thanks. He found his aroma like a certain appeal. He could clear the savannah after every meal. I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned.
I'm also going to need to have an X start, a Y start, and an offset. And we talked about those 2 videos ago about exactly what those are. So export of type int, X start, and export of type int.
I don't want, I want to skip through this video so bad to get the info that I need, really, but I'm afraid that it'll just gum things up that if I do, so I'm just like patiently rewatching through this video.
I'm going to have a 2-dimensional array that whole.
Like, I don't necessarily want to have it on
array
screen yet. I just
is
want to
essentially
figure out
just
how to
like
make
an
a
XY
2D
coordinate system.
array
So I'm going to have it so that
using
my
the coding.
0, 0 column and row is down in the lower left.
Even though I know how to do it, it's just you know what? Hold on. Let me. How did I do things? Okay, let's look at this stuff. It's our problem-free philosophy. Where is, like, oh, here we go, the functions. Where's, like, the fill grid function I had? I have a fill grid function, right? Like, ready, make 2D array. That's what we need. Where are you at? Here you are. It's our problem-free Philadelphia. What? What? Is that what you thought they said when you were a kid? If so, that's great, because I've had similar experiences where I thought people said certain, like, perfect example, Mary Poppins, the song Steppin' Time, where they're dancing on the rooftops. Steppin' time, steppin' time. I thought it was steppy time. When I was a kid, I was like, steppy time, steppy time, steppy time, steppy time. And I'm just still having the sillies. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was steppy time, not steppin' time. It's steppy time. Called a malapropism. What'd you call me? I'm just kidding. That's my favorite thing to say is when someone says something that's like weird sounding. I say that. I said that to my nephew. He said something to me, and I was like, "What'd you call me?" Even though I know what he meant. He's like, "No, this." I'm like, "Yeah, what'd you call me?" The mistaken use of a word in a particular similar sounding one, often with unintentional amusing effect, as in, for example, dance a flamingo instead of dance a flamenco. To be fair, the song doesn't make sense even with the right lyrics. Actually, I don't even know if I know the lyrics so that well. I was pretty sure it was wrong, but I always sung for the longest time as it's the fungus time. For what? What song is that? Oh, here we go. Spawn pieces. We want the spawn pieces function. Ah, it's there. Okay. No, that's not the function that I want. Hold on. I was like, why does it look like I have like, so little coding? It's because I have it shrunken. Is this what I want? Billy Mold. What's that? What's Billy Mold?
So when I say 0, 0, I mean column 0 and row 0. And then 0, 1 would be 0 column, 1 in the row. So it would be essentially the same place that you'd expect 0, 1 to be on an XY coordinate.
Stream elements out here remind. Hey, it's also reminding me too. But the thing is, I don't have time, Dandy. I don't have time. Like, I'm thinking maybe later this year we can get together to work on Arc 2, Act 2, or whatever it's called. We're calling it. I just haven't had the energy or the time. I have so many other things that I'm doing right now. I want to. Oh, Louis Louis? I know Louis Louis. We played it in grade school. There was one song which was not only nonsensical, but because of the way it was recorded, you can't make out most of the words anyway. The FBI, of all people, investigated it to make sure the singers weren't saying anything obscene in the 60s. Oh, okay. Can't remember the name of the song. Oh, Louis Louis. Okay. Oh, Billy Mold, Billy Joel. And there's a lot of like phrases too that are like 2 or 3 small words, but I always thought it was one large word. Stuff like that.
All pieces. Oops, but I have to do var. All pieces is equal to, and I'm going to set it equal to an empty array to start.
Okay, here's an array.
Now, here's how you create a 2D array in Godot. And like I said, if you've coded before, this should be pretty familiar if you're not necessarily relatively new. If you are relatively new, this is going to seem a little weird. So I'm going to create a new function here. And I'm going to call this function make.
Okay, make 2D array.
Array.
Okay, hold on. No, watch him do it all before you start doing shit. Okay, so watch him do it all before you start doing shit.
So make 2D array is this little function we're going to use to create a 2D array. And what we're going to do for this is we're going to create a temporary variable, and we're going to call that array. And this is equal to an empty array. Then we're going to go over every part of the width and every part of the height. So for I in width, this is one of the ways that you can create a for statement in GDScript. If you're used to Python, it should be pretty familiar to you. If you're used to C#, it's going to seem much shorter. In C#, you'd have to do for and then parentheses, var I.
I don't know what that song is, Siobhan. Oh, 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 for the longest time. I don't know what that song is. By Billy Joel? Oh, a Billy Joel song. What is that? Is that? I'm putting the pieces together, looking over back at chat. Oh, Dandy said Billy Mold. I understand now. The only Billy Joel song I can think of is Uptown Girls and Vienna. I was obsessed with Vienna when I learned it. When I first listened to it, I was obsessed. It was like one of those. It was a STEM song for the longest time. I just had it on loop. I listened to it the year before. I learned about it, I think, about not even a year before I went to New York for my solo trip that I did in 2019. And I had it as part of my New York playlist. Oh yes, Piano Man. Uptown Girl.
Width I plus. By default.
Okay, I gotta listen to this guy. Hold on.
Much shorter. In C# you'd have to do for and then parentheses, var I, or not var I, you'd do int I less than width, I plus plus. By default, your for loops are always going to do the plus plus part, and when you say I in width, it means from 0 to 1 less than whatever width is. And then I'm going to do for j in height. And what I'm going to do
there we go, that was better.
So for I in width, I'm going to take my array.
Alright.
And append to it, which means to add at the end, an entire another array. So I'm going to take every spot on this array, and I'm going to add to every spot on this array an entire new array. And then, for j in the height, I'm going to take my array, and I'm going to grab my j part of the array, I part of the array, and I'm going to append null, which means nothing. So I'm just creating a blank two-dimensional array.
Well, I don't want it to be blank, my boy. Okay, so I do definitely need to do this. Uptown Girl.
I'm going to return array. So that's how you create a two-dimensional array in GDScript. Now this function isn't being called anywhere, so I'm going to call it from my ready function. In my ready function, I'm just going to
ready function. Where you at? Where you at, ready function? Here you are. An uptown girl. Okay. I guess the making the 2D array part is separate from filling the board part, because that's the next step in this thing. Okay, okay. Let's focus up. Ah! Okay. Let's focus on getting the make the 2D array thing work in my thing first. We did a bunch of variable crap that he hasn't used yet. Let me finish the video first. Hey, don't keep saying that.
All underscore pieces equal to make 2D array. And then just to show what happens, I'm going to do print all underscore pieces. Okay, cool. So I'm going to save my scenes. And when I hit play here, since all I'm really doing is just printing out, I should see something on the output. Nope, unable to iterate on type nil. What did I do wrong?
What did you do wrong?
I never assigned the width and the height. So to do that, I'm going to go to my grid. My height is going to be 10 units. My width is going to be 8 units. My X start, I think, was 64.
Okay.
My start,
I see now. Okay, so his 2D array is different for what I'm trying to do with my 2D array. His 2D array is setting up the board. Wait. Hold on. Hold on, my brain is melting. My brain is melting? It's melting. Because so like his board is equal to my deck. But my deck isn't going to be visible. Yeah, I still need to have a 2D array. It just makes sense. I need to have a 2D array. So I'm going to set it up. I'm not melting my brain. My brain is melting of its own accord. Okay. I'm going to switch over to the Godot screen. Nope. Nope. There we go. Well, that's silly. I know. She's an uptown girl. Why did this crash? Okay. I'm back here. I don't know if I need to add all the crap that he added for his variables, because like I'm not doing a full-on like putting it all out there, so I'm just gonna okay. I'm going to he had this near the top, yeah? Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to put this up here. Except I'm going to set up all pieces. I'm going to put all cards. That's our array. Now the function, I'm just going to essentially, not essentially, I am just going to copy and paste this. Okay. Okay. So I don't have a width and a height. So what I can do is instead, I can be 4, no 3, because it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, and then there's 13 in each, so 12? Because like, yeah, I'm not having it with parameters, I'm having it with actual numbers, okay. Because there's 4 suits, and 13 cards in each suit. Makes sense? Makes sense? I'm not I just ran the program, wasn't sure what that was gonna do. If I was gonna output anything. Okay, let me pull the video back up again.
800 and my offset is 64. All right, cool. So let's try that again. All right, so there's my thing, and here's my two-dimensional array.
Oh, I didn't do the ready thing. Hold on, I didn't do the ready thing. I didn't do, okay, hold on. Hold on. I have to do all cards equal. Wait, how did he, hold on. I'm gonna get it. I did the same mistake that he did, kind of. Equals make 2D array.
And then just to show what happens, I'm going to do print all underscore pieces.
And then print all pieces. Or print all cards. I now have a remix of Uptown Girl in the specific. And I was younger. No! No! Alright, let's save this. Play it. It's not showing anything.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to save my scenes. And when I hit play here, since all I'm really doing is just printing out, I should see something on the output. Nope, unable to iterate on type nil.
Why isn't it printing? It should show print. What'd I do wrong? His didn't work because I'm in the ready thing. I don't know why the void thing is here. What if I got rid of the void? Nope. All cards equals make 2D array.
What did I do wrong? Oh, I never assigned the width and the height. I think was alright, so right now it's just filled with
Yeah, because when he does it, it prints out all the nulls. Oh, I'm doing this all in the... Oh! I'm doing this all in the wrong frickin' frick! I'm doing this all in the card scene! I'm doing this all in the card scene and not in the proper scene! Oh god! Okay, this is fine. This is cool, this is fine. Okay. Add another 2D node. And in you, I need to add a script, please. Put you in my scripts folder. Completely oh, hold on. What am I calling you? You're the deck. Deck. Add new script. Put you in my scripts folder. Create. Ah, this is where I'm supposed to be doing it, not on my cards. Okay. Okay, we're gonna cut this. This goes after ready? I keep pressing the wrong thing. Under ready. That. Keep pressing the wrong thing. Okay. Up, down, girl. It's stuck. It's stuck in my head. Hold on. Oh, I keep pressing the things at the top and it's not taking me to the things that I want it to take me to. Okay. Oh, I did it again. Okay. All right, now this should work. It works! Okay. Okay, easy debugging. Okay. Except, is this enough? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no. Wait, 1? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it, oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I thought it went from 0 to, okay, so that's wrong. That's okay. We'll fix this. We'll go 4. And we'll go 13. There we go. Sick. Yay, we made a 2D array! Big stretch. So how do we make a 2D array? First, you make a variable and you assign it as an array using these beautiful square parentheses. Next, create a function. Make a 2D array function. And we add a temporary variable. I forget what the actual thingies are called. But I learned a lot of terms a couple months ago when I was doing this and I forgot all of them. But a temporary variable here and assign it as array as well. And then for I and for, meaning so for 4 times, we're going to append in the array, which is this right here. We're going to add a thingy. You add an array? Yes, you add an array to that. You add an array within the array. And then for J in 13, you add, for each one in each of the I's, you're adding a null. Making it null. Making it empty! That's to start off. We're obviously going to add the cards in. And I want it to be a set Do I want it to be a set thing every time, or do I want it to be? I guess that would depends on how I can implement. Yeah, because if ooh, yes, okay. Let me brain meats here for a second. Let me use my brain meats here for a second. Oh, because like I'm already thinking like a few steps ahead for how like when you draw cards. So when drawing from the deck, I'm gonna randomly fill all of these nulls with one. Well, again, depends on how I'm able to fill these up to begin with. But I'm going to fill all these up with random cards. And maybe I should write this out. Where's my notebook? Here it is. So maybe I'll get some Sonic going while I do my brain meats here. Sonic! I hear the snow truck. They're clearing the roads. That's what I meant to say. I couldn't. Alright, enjoy some Sonic. Okay. So so we create a 2D array of unique things, okay? Check. 3.5 is to fill it. No, we did that, okay. So now we need to, step 4, we need to fill, it's a little loud for me on my end. Fill array with cards randomly. And then step 5 is to quote unquote draw first card in deck. But then the next step after that, because we're going to take it step by step, so when we do that, each of them will draw the same card. I'm aware of that. That's what's going to happen, and I'm fine with that. Because what's next step is we're going to fix it to quote-unquote draw the first... No. Hold on. This is not the next step. Hold on. Okay, the next step is to turn spot in array to null, because we don't want to draw that again. And so then step 7 will be draw next non-null card. So we'll have so by that point we'll have player 1 draw a card, and that spot will turn into a null. And so then player 2 will draw another card, but it'll draw the next non-null thing. So we'll have it checking, okay, is this spot null? If so, go to the next spot. Check if it's null. Not null? It's not null? Great. Show that card, and then turn that spot null. Oh, my brain meats are working! They're working! They're working! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, we have a path forward. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I don't plan on the draw button being functional anytime soon. At least not to start off. But these are the next few steps that we have going forward. We'll stick to that for now. We'll worry about other stuff after. This is like the core of what we're trying to get done. So we'll focus on that. So the next step now is to fill the array with cards randomly. That's gonna be tricky. I was warm and now I took my sweater off and now I'm cold again. Maybe I'll just put on a thinner cardigan. Okay. Sonic, I need you to pause for a second, my boy. My boy? Okay. We've made the 2D array. What's then the next step in filling the board? So in our case, see, I did it right there. This content isn't available. Try again later. But why?
Hey there. Welcome back. So
okay, so we're following this tutorial again.
We made our pieces, and we just started creating a two-dimensional array. Now
So I'm a little worried still, because so in he added the variable color, so that way, but I'm thinking, okay. The only thing I could think of instead of doing color, I could just do the variable card and I assign it there, you know, what they are, like spade 8, spade 5. Because I was thinking, well, maybe I can do suit as a suit and number, but then that's gonna be a lot of like checking. I'm thinking maybe because like his thing. Maybe, yeah, maybe I just add. Okay, what was the. How did I have it in mind? Because export variable color string? No. It's gonna be export variable card name string. Okay, let me save. And now I need to go into each individual one and make sure that it works. Spade. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do all that yet, because maybe while watching this video, maybe there'll be a different way that jumps out at me of how I could do this.
That two-dimensional array to spawn random pieces into the scene, and then also store them in that array. So to get started here, I'm in my game window scene. I'm going to open up my grid script, and I can do that just by next to grid. There's this little script icon. I can just click that, and then these 4 arrows to go into distraction-free mode. All right.
Can make sure I'm on the deck.
What we're going to do today is we're going to make references to the 6 different kinds of pieces that we have. And then we're also going to make a little helper function that's going to translate a grid position, meaning 0 column 0 row, or column 1 row 1. We're going to take that and we're going to turn it into a pixel position on the screen, so that
we're not going to need all that, but
where on the screen we need to put the pieces.
But so I do need to
let's make references
have visually show
those pieces. So up here, where my variables and stuff go, I'm going to say my possible pieces. Oops, sorry, I want to call this variable. Possible pieces is going to be equal to, and for the moment I'm going to set it equal to an empty array, but you can have your array span multiple lines. Otherwise, we're going to have this.
Whoa, possible pieces. Let's jump back into our version of this. What did we use that for? Possible pieces. Oh. Oh, preloads. Oh, shit. It just seems so clunky for me with what I'm trying to do, but if y'all know any other way of me doing this. So what he's doing is that, let me switch it over to, there we go. So what he's doing is that for possible pieces, which would be for me would be possible cards, I guess, or like, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but he does preload and he pulls all the different pieces that it could possibly, the colors that they could possibly be. It pulls those scenes. I'm gonna have to do that for all 52 of my cards if I'm doing it this way. Punching me in the gut with that, man.
Super, super long one line. And it won't actually see the end of the line until it has the end of the square brace. We don't need the semicolon there, but I'm used to putting them there, so I do it. Okay, so the first piece we're going to do preload, which means to preload it into memory when this scene starts up. And what we want to preload is resources, scenes, and then you can see first.
Hello, Not Sakura. Welcome on in. How you doing? I'm currently reviewing a tutorial video that I used previously to try to implement it into what I'm currently doing. And it's making me want to cry. Yeah.
Piece.tscn next. And okay, let's do preload.
Yeah, he's just doing that for all. I'm gonna. You know what? I need to suck it up, Buttercup, because like.
Next thing I'm gonna do.
This is the only way I know how to do it. I'm just gonna have to copy what he's doing in this video. But instead of 6 colors, I need to do it for all 52 cards. Alright. Putting my sweater back on. Because it's cold again. Because it's cold again. Alright. Just like I did the other day. I mean, when we did the, I need to switch over back to the other. Give me a moment. There we go. All right. So pull it up. Okay. Okay. Okay, where in the did you put this near the top? Yeah, before all pieces or all cards. This will be all cards. So I need to reload. Unexpected preload in class body. Oh, I need to have a variable first. Okay. My B. Hold on. Hold on. What do I want to call this? I'll just call it possible cards. Why not? Possible cards equals. That's what he did, right? Boop, boo, doo, boo, doo, boo. Yep, okay. Now we do preload. Yeah. Yeah, and then we just go down the list. Why isn't it giving me the options like it did before? Why isn't it giving me the options like it did before? I can just copy and paste as well. And just edit it. Wait, why is this red? Expected closing after array elements. Yes. It's there. What did I do wrong? Oh, I have to do a comma. That's why. That's why. So if I were to do preload. There we go. 4. Bam. Why are you? I was like, why are you doing that? 4. Nope. 5. All right. What we're doing for the next little bit. I didn't comma. Why do you keep why is this? What do you mean you don't exist? Wait, it's pulling from assets. I'm supposed to be pulling from scenes. You dingbat. You dingus. Okay, hold on. Reload. Reload the preload. Supposed to be going res. Scenes. Here we go. Club Ace. Oh, that's gonna. Please be kind to me. I didn't comma. Reload. It's not gonna be kind to me. Every day is like survival. Survival. Okay, we can get through this. Let's just focus on getting through. I keep forgetting to comma. Comma, 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 chameleon. 5. Comma. Reload. You know what? I could copy paste this. Maybe that'll help. No? I think that just added more work. Okay. Alright, let's put Sonic back on while I do this. I'm not gonna have much to say while I do this. I'm just focusing. Why is it giving me assets? I need scenes, brubs! I need scenes! 4. Jack. Boo 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 boo. I don't know why that came out of nowhere. We're singing Sonic up in here, not Final Fantasy. No, I did King. I'll just do King. Yes, please, thank you. Jack King 9. We have Queen, we need 7. Ah, shoot. Seven, 6. And we're almost there. It's not that it's gonna take a while, it's just it's tedious, repetitive work. Oh shoot. 3. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bam. Alright, now we move on to the next suit. Why is this like this? Why do you do this to me? Oh! You get so hyped for this. Oh, we need it. Whenever my brother and I played 2-player, it was always hard doing these levels with 2-player because, you know, one of us would F up and then lose the cards, and so it'd be easier to rely on just one person, so we'd fight over who would get to do it, and then we'd be like, so then one of us would just do it. Because Tails would just follow Sonic, and Tails wouldn't get hit, as long as nobody was controlling Tails. Oh, it's such a bop and so good! Like whenever you successfully got through a section. Why isn't this working? Why am I struggling so much? Okay. Okay. No? Oh, I can just do that without doing the copying that. Okay. That's what I was doing. Oh, crap. I didn't do 4. That's not how you spell 4. Or Jack. King. This is gonna be worth it. Queen. I need to move my mouse out of the way. Seven. Six. Gosh, I don't know why I got so typing happy. 10. Saying it out loud helps me to remember. Three. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, please. What song is this? This is an annoying song. Oh, I did 3 twice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next suit. Ah, best song. Y'all know Dance Dance Revolution. I remember in high school there was a website called Type. Was it Type Revolution? Where you played with the arrow keys to music and you would do Dance Dance Revolution but with your fingers. I think it was called Type, maybe. It's hard to remember. But they had a like sped up version of this song, and it was like so hard but so much fun. So whenever I hear the original, it's so slow because I'm so used to the Type Revolution one. For Jack. When I'm done typing all these out, I will. My brain circuit. I will take a break. Jack King 9. Queen. I did Queen already. Crap, it's after Queen. Mississippi Queen. Ba-na-na-na. 7. 6. Uh-oh. Oh, there's no comma. Every time. There we go. 3 and 2. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Almost done. One last suit, which is spades. Oh, we're at Sonic 3! Or Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3? Yeah, it's Sonic 3. Or Sonic and Knuckles. No, Sonic 3. And Sonic 3D was its own thing. This is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. What? Hold on. Yeah, this is not Sonic and Knuckles. Oh, it's, I guess they put this thing in. Oh yeah, this is Sonic 3, yeah. Sonic 3 was great. Another game that I never finished. Maybe if I finish Sonic 1 and 2, I'll try to do Sonic 3 this year as well. Alright, alright, let's focus up. Boop boop doop boop doop boop boop. Boop 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 doop boop doop boop. Doo 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 doo. Alright, last set. I remember this music. But the sucky thing was though, after a while, we couldn't save. Like I think by the time my brother and I were a little bit older, because like my dad obviously had it and stuff when we were babies, we couldn't save because it burnt out. So saving was just impossible. Because I believe the saving was on the actual cartridges. Yeah. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Or was it on the machine that it saved? I don't remember. But either way, we couldn't save. So there were like old save files that were still there. And so we would load them up sometimes just to play the levels because, you know, we could never get that far. But then I think at one point we ended up deleting them and then we could just could never save again. Okay. I could constantly clicking the 8. Jack King. Oops. I'm always clicking the 8 or typing the 8. 9. Oop. Dr. Queen 7. Oops, that's not how you spell preload. Crap, I have not been saying them out loud. 10, 3. 2, 2, 2, 2. Alright, we did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Save. Okay, it's break time. Alright, everybody get up, stretch, grab a snack, grab a drink, take your meds if you got them, and I will be back in 10 minutes. BRB. Hello, I'm back. Listening to these OSTs makes me realize how little of the first Sonic game I actually played. Because again, it was me and my brother, we're only 2 years apart. We grew up together, we played video games together. And so we'd often play 2 or 3 over 1 because 1 didn't have tails in it. Like this song right here, I can see it in my head. And I'm pretty sure 3 had a game mode where you could race against each other. Pretty sure it was 3. Right. So this whole thing with the exporting card name thing. Here we go. But I don't know. Okay, Sonic, I need you to... Did it just play you a second time? Oh, Carnival Night Act 1, Carnival Act 2. Alright. What am I doing? I am going back to this, and we're trying to figure out how we can fill this array with cards.
To choose one of these at random then. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a helper function to
He's making a helper function
into a pixel coordinate on the
Okay, we don't need that.
So for this
the helper function we don't need.
And I'll call this grid.
Famous last words.
Grid
My god, this is so long. We're just gonna ignore that. Just ignore that. Pretend it's not there.
This is gonna require an argument. So we're gonna need to know a column and a row that we're gonna for loops to go over every possible spot.
Okay, back up.
If I could spell correctly, that'd be great. A vector 2 that's made up of new x and new y. So that's going to send that vector 2 back to whatever called it. Alright, so there's our little helper function. It's going to transform any grid position.
But you know what I realized?
Now from
having the solid numbers for the make 2D array is not going to be a permanent solution. Because on subsequent rounds, there's not going to be 52 cards in the deck. So I'm going to need to have... Oh, fuck. Maybe I don't even need it to be a 2D array. I can just have it be a normal array. Dude, I don't even need it to be a 2D array. I just need it to be an array. Wow. I don't even, wow, okay, I don't even need it to be a 2D array. I don't know why my brain was thinking 2D array, but I don't even need it to be this, okay? I can just change this into null. Get rid of that. And make this 52. And I can change this from, instead of make 2D array, it's, with the function can be fill main deck. Wait, no, it's fine if it's 52. Because after the first round, people aren't going to be drawing from the main deck. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because when you play, maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. Because like when you play War, you usually, well, you could, I guess, still pull from the main deck. But then on subsequent rounds, when all the cards are drawn from the deck, you play from your own deck that you have in your hand. But like usually when I play, we split the cards in, 26 each. But this can still work. To start off, it's for practice. Fill, main, deck, because it doesn't matter. But it's okay if it stays, if I keep it 52, because after the first round, we're not going to be using this. The players are going to have their own, ooh. Because the players are going to have their own decks. Maybe it's okay that I have the main deck still be a thing, because then I can split it later. This is fine. This is fine. We're taking it step at a time. Okay, that's something to think about, though. But we've discovered now we don't need to have it 2D array. So I'm going to just run this to see what it shows. Yep. Sick. Okay. So it's all null. All right, sick. Don't have to be 2D. Okay, back to the video.
There, we're going to, let's make another function here to actually spawn the pieces. And we'll call this function spawn pieces. And for this one, what we want to do is we're going to use the double for loops to go over every possible spot. So we're going to say for I in width, which means that we're going to look at all of the columns starting at 0. And then for j in height, which means we're going to look at all of the rows starting at 0. We're going to first choose a random number and store it. So we're going to say var rand is equal to, and now I want this random.
Okay, here we go. Here's where he's doing the random thing.
Random in between a range of 2 values.
Yes. Telling me how to do it so that way I can figure it out for my cards.
A decimal value. So like if you say random between 0 and 5, you could get like 0.11, 4.9 repeating, stuff like that. I instead just want integer values. So I'm going to say that this is the floor, meaning whatever decimal value it gives back, it's going to round it down. So even if it's like 4.9, the floor of that is 4. If it returns 0.5, the floor of that is 0.
Boop, boop, boo, doo, doo. It's taking so long to get to what I need.
Rand range from 0 to, now I know there's 6 pieces in here. I'm just going to say it's possible pieces dot size.
Oh!
Pieces are in there later. So possible pieces dot size.
I'm so glad that I'm rewatching these videos from when I did the match 3, because watching him re-go through some of this stuff, I'm like, oh, that's why we wrote the certain things that we wrote. Okay, so I already have it all set up. Am I on the right? I am on the right. So having the possible cards, having all of this preloaded, I'm already set up. It's already set up for me to do, so I'm going to randomly pick a card from this list and put it in the null. Like, what? I'll have to make sure that no repeats happen, but I'll have to figure that out. Yeesh, that'll be something. But okay.
Okay, cool. So that's going to return a random number. And then we're going to instance that piece from the array. So what that means is I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to call it piece. I'm going to say that piece is equal to possible pieces.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to change. Hold on. Okay, I need to change this because it's not going to be fill main deck. This is going to be create deck. And then create deck, and then the other function that's going to be filling it is going to actually be called fill main deck. I don't need to have the speed pass anymore. Okay, so this function is going to be fill main deck. Hold on, give me a second to type it all out before you start going all red on me. I have to count this 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I had to make sure, just in case. Okay. So now, because his version of Godot was sold, I remember I did have to change up the random selection thing. So right now, when filling up this deck,
I want to make it a child of the grid. So I'm going to add child. And the child I'm going to add is piece.
Hold on.
And then I'm going to place its position. So piece.position is going to be equal to grid to pixel. And we're going to pass in the column, which is I, and the row.
Oh, he's doing the whole, okay. He's doing the whole thing where it actually shows the cards. I don't have positions picked up that I want to. I'm not going to worry about having them show up yet. I'm going to make sure they work in the script of what it's being filled, and then I can figure out the visualizations later.
Which is J. And so there we go.
Watch this, make sure his script worked.
And I'm going to go out of full screen mode so I can hit play. And let's see what it gives us. Oh, okay. It gives us nothing then. Let's find out what is where it's supposed to be. Piece, green piece. What did I forget? Function being here is totally fine, but if you never call it, it never comes up. So I'm going to, in the ready function, I'm going to replace where it prints out the array with spawn pieces. And now I'm going to save my scene. You don't need to save it because GDScript is an uncompiled language. It compiles at runtime, but I like to do it.
Okay. So I'm going to look at my script for my match 3 because I had to do my random stuff differently. Let me pull that up. So it was a spawn pieces function. Hello. My God. Wait, is that what he wrote? What did he write? 1 second. Okay. I'm going to copy what I have here, but I'm going to type it all out because I don't think I'm going to copy paste because it's not going to. Okay. So for I in 52, if all cards I equals null is equal to null, then possible cards shuffle I don't think I have to do that. I'm not gonna worry about doing all this crazy stuff to make sure that I don't have doubles of cards. If I have doubles of cards, it's fine. I'm not worried about doubles of cards right now. I just want to make sure they all get filled. Okay, so then we're going to add child piece. Oh, sorry, not add. Sorry, add child card in current scope, not declared. Okay, so I have to add. Did he? Hi, Fluffy. Welcome in. And how you doing? You have a question? I have an answer potentially. What was your question? Var card is equal to possible cards rand dot wait, that's how he did it. So then crap, hold on, pulling up my other one, hold on. So var pieces, var piece is equal to possible card array. I don't have array position. Wait. You know what? Let me just do this. Var array position equals 0. Why is it 0? I'm an amateur dev who uses Scratch programming language, if you can even call it that, but people call me smart because I know how to code with sine and cosine in 6th grade. Should I try Godot? I can't give a good opinion on that because I also am an amateur dev. I'm learning myself. I do not know how to do, I've never heard of Scratch, but you know, Godot is cool if you want to try Godot, but if you're, it's ain't no trouble in trying to try something new. I'm terrible at speaking. I'm sorry. Hey, Versina, welcome in. How you doing? I didn't know you made games. I'm trying to learn Godot. I'm trying to learn Godot as well. Also, if y'all are like, hey, who are you talking to? It's because I have both. I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, but y'all watch where you're most comfortable from. Yeah, I'm also learning Godot, and I'm trying to make a game from scratch without following a strict tutorial. Like, I'm using tutorials for references, but it's not, nothing strict. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm also, I'm also new to this. I did a little coding back when I was in high school, but yeah, I haven't done it in many a year, so I'm learning right now, and I'm trying to make my brain meats work. Right now I'm trying to fill my deck with cards. Let me get my random thing back up and copy it. Hold on. Okay. Array position equals, okay. Var card equals array position dot instantiate. Do I know what all of these things? No, not declared in current scope. What do you mean? Possible cards? Possible cards. That's what I'm using. Possible cards. Multiple. Plural. Okay. instance that piece from array. Check if create a match. I'm not worried about checking matches here. We skip that. I'm glad that I added the notes. When piece is good, you add to grid. So add child card. And all cards, this might work, equals card. Okay. Nice, I'm following a JRPG tutorial. Nice! We love a good JRPG. That's like my end goal, is to make a JRPG. I do know how to do other kinds of programming, but I don't have any game dev experience, so there's a lot that's new to me. Yeah, it's a lot. But good luck with doing that. Like, I also want to do a JRPG eventually. I'm trying to just learn the basics of this program because it's a lot and different than what I'm used to, so. So the best thing I made in Scratch in 3D, but I struggled because I'm an amateur dev. Meant for 2D games, so I need to use yeah, a lot of things they don't tell you is a lot of this is a lot of math. I've had to pull out some math that I hadn't used in a while, and I was like, dang, yeah, there's a lot of math that goes on this. Yeah, it spams me with alerts that something's wrong, like 2 seconds of me pausing while in the middle of writing at a thing. So it's like, hold on, I know it's not correct because I'm still writing. Yeah, and the script isn't too bad. Like, I've never used, oh, actually, now that you say that, I think I've seen somebody use Scratch before to dev, but I've never used Scratch. But I've used this, I've used Turing. I tried learning Java and when we were in grade 12. But I never gelled with Java, or Java, as some people would say, like my computer science teacher. Okay. But I liked Turing, and in Turing I made a card game, and I'm now trying to replicate that in this Godot. But I think maybe Godot has more capabilities than Scratch does, so if you wanted to have more, you know, depending on the game you want to make, if you want to be capable of more, I would suggest switching to something other than Scratch. But Scratch is a good starting point from what I've heard of it. Okay, hold on. Focus. I need to call this function. How did he do it in his thing? Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Gotta call it in the ready function. On pieces. Okay. So I need to call my function fill main deck. We're calling the function hi. And then I want to print all cards. Assuming I type this all out correctly, it will print out in here. If y'all, let me make sure y'all can see. Yeah, it'll print down here the filled deck of cards. Okay. It worked. I don't know what this extra thing is, but it worked. I'm not sure about the node. It worked. I know I should sound more surprised, but it worked, but not in the way that I thought it was going to work. So I don't know why it's showing at node 2D. What is happening? Okay, so like here, so it partially worked. So we have the diamond, 9 of diamonds, 5 spades 5, king, club king, yada, yada, yada. But then right here, at node 2D at 5. What's that? At node 2D at 6. What's that? What's that? I'm currently making a card game, like just the war card game, where like you just draw 2 cards from a deck and whoever gets higher gets to keep the cards. Yeah, no, Undertale is highly unoptimized. I remember hearing about that. But hey, it was what was it? I'm not sure if it was his first game, but maybe it was his first game. So, you know, when you make things, it's not always the first time around, it's not always the most optimized. Why is this like this? At node 2D at 18. Why is it like this? Okay, so it goes... Wait, so... Okay, so there's Diamond Ace at node 2D. Okay, it starts at 2, so it... We have a thing to figure out. Yeah, so at the time, yeah, he wasn't as, like, proficient with, coding. But that's okay, the game still works. May not be the most, yeah, optimized or streamlined, but it still works. And so mine, I know, is definitely not going to be optimized. Look at this! Look at this! Just look at this! I don't think that's optimized. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing it, but... Okay, I need to figure this out. Hold on. Oh yeah, Game Maker. That is a different one, yeah. Okay. Let me go to the comments of this video to find... Where are the comments of this video? Oh, here they are. Okay. So let me see if... Okay. This is so weird. How did I get from that to this? Like with Go... Okay. Okay, let me try this instead. It's like, when I originally did this in the match 3 game tutorial that I followed, I went to the comments because when you try to copy... Hold on, that's not what I want. Yes, it is. When you try to do what he does in his... Since his Godot is 4 years old. I mean, he's doing... The video is 7 years old, and so since he was in an old version of Godot, the language was different. So I went to the comments, and in the comments, they're like, hey, use this instead. So I'm like, sick, awesome. And so I used that instead, and it had to have worked. So let's figure this out now. And we have to change. Hold on, I know the terms are different. Cards. Cards. Add card. 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 Just I. And we don't need to set position because we're not doing that. Okay, now... Okay, nope, it's still showing as no. It's still showing as no. What am I doing wrong? Okay. I think, okay, I'm doing, okay. What am I doing wrong? All cards. Okay. But how did I make it work before? I'm gonna copy this. Okay, so this is set up in a way that is for... Okay. So this is what it has to be because I'm trying to fill all cards. Okay, I understand. Okay, wait, hold on. Let us do this instead. Because I have to, because I didn't add them to all cards yet. See how this, what this does. Okay, still no. Why? Oh, I broke it! I broke it! Full on broke, bro. Okay. Okay, I'm not assigning it to anything. Okay. I don't understand what the add child thing is for, actually, when I'm thinking about it. I think that's just for visuals. It's like all cards I is going to be equal to card. Okay, I did it. I did it. Are there any funky names? Hold on. Diamond 3, spade 7, spade 4. I don't see any of the weird node at thing. Sick. I think I fixed it. Sick. And there's gonna be duplicates if there are in here. Oh well. Yeah, diamond 5. There's 2 diamond 5s, but I'm fine with that. Haha! We did the next step. That was a little Mickey. Ha! Okay, so that was the next step of our list. Let me get up my list. Ah! I threw my pencil. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. I wanna make it right, that is the way. Okay, I don't know where that came from. Give me room to think. Bring it on down. Okay, I filled the cards. I filled the array. It's not even a 2D array. Scratch. You just need a single array. Can't believe I thought I needed a 2D array. That's okay, you learn by doing sometimes, and I learn a lot by just doing. No good at all to see yourself and not recognize your face. And in my heart, this is just get replaced. Ooh. Okay. Now the next step is to draw the first card in the deck. I'm gonna make it right, that is the way. Okay. This I might need to do on my own. Also, if you ask me how I did this, should it be 0 to -1? I think it should be. What's the first card on the list to make sure that I got it? Or if it club ace. Do we see a club ace? Y'all see a club ace? I mean, chances are, oh, there's a club ace. Perfect, we got it. Okay, so it's getting all of them. Actually, let me check and see if there is a spade 2. Do we have a spade 2? We have a spade 10? Spade 3? Spade 3? Spade king? Let's refresh it. See if we can get a spade 2. Spade 7s? It's a way of making sure that I'm getting the entire range. Oh, spade 2, right here. Sick. Spade 2 to club ace. Spade ace. Club 8. Club, club, club. S club 7. How are you avoiding duplicates? I'm not. Currently not avoiding that. That was not part of this step. I'm not avoiding duplicates right now. I have to, that has to be a next step. Don't even have a turn spot into a range and all. Okay, I need to put that down. Yeah, I need to set it up to avoid duplicates. Fill deck without. Maybe I'll do that now instead of worrying about drawing the first card. Let's handle the duplicates. Let's handle duplicates. Are you ready, kids? All right. So now I think that's gonna have to do with pull up my other program. Okay. So currently have it. Like, I want to change this. Shuffle the array of possible. Oh wait, I know how I can do this. Hold on. Hold the phone. I know how I can do this. I don't need to do a whole grabbing and checking thing. We're gonna do. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Because I am. I need to I'm gonna save this for now, and I'm not gonna delete it just in case. Alright. So, hold on! I know. Okay, so... what we are doing is, we are going to do possible cards dot shuffle. And then... because so our list right now, if we go up here, is in this set order. But when I run the function, I'm gonna shuffle the cards, so it'll rearrange this whole thing. And now I'm just going to do a for I in 52. Hold on. Let me get what I'm looking for. It's going to, actually don't let me, it's going to, do I need a call? Do I need to name things? Do I need to variable thing? Yes, okay, I'm gonna do array position equals 0. Var card equals possible pieces array position dot instantiate. And then all cards I equals card. Oh shoot, cards. I just copying from my thing. Okay. So if this is right, it'll do it without repeating any cards. Oh no, they're all diamond ace. Okay, what did I do wrong? Okay, hold on. Oh, I need a +1. Like I need to, well, it's gonna for loop through all of it. Okay, this makes it a 0. How do you change the array position? Ah, here we go. I need to add the +1, duh. But I need, Hmm. I need to define that outside of the for loop. Okay, hold on. And I need to add the +1 after the card is added. Or maybe I don't need the array position. Maybe you're right. It could just be I -1. Okay, let's try that. Yo! I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put it in a how am I gonna let's do the find function. Club. What do you mean? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it's king, 3, 8, 4, 10, jack, ace, 7, queen, 5, 2, 9, 6. I don't think I repeated any. I don't know how more of I don't have another eloquent way to making sure. I'm just using a find function in a Word document to make sure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 10, 6, 7, queen, 2, 4, 5, 8, ace, 3, king, 9, jack. Sick. Okay, that's club and diamonds down. Heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 7's ace, 10, 2, jack, 6, queen, 5, 8, 9, 4, 3, king. Cool. And then spade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6, 9, 2, jack, 7, 10, 3, 8, ace, 4, 5, queen and king. Let's freaking go! And if I count these rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What? Did I miscount? I clicked too fast. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 2 per row. That's 52 cards. I did it. I did it. I didn't have to do no... Because like, my brain was already like, okay, I'm going to have to randomly pick from the list, compare it to every card that has already been added to this deck and make sure that, you know, it's not duplicated. And then I was just like, wait, no, epiphany. I can just shuffle the freaking list and then assign it as is. Oh. I don't have to worry about filling a 2D array with, you know, little 6 pieces and try not to do matches. I just have to do this. It's so much simpler than the match 3 game that I'm making it out to be. First, I thought I needed a 2D array. It's like, nope, you just needed a single array. Oh my gosh, you gotta randomly fill it with cards? Well, guess what? You don't have to do it all whatever. Oh, that is so sick. It's so sick! Well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so accomplished. So we did... Let me mark that off the list. It was a step 8, but... Because I put it at the end, but it was a really easy fix. So then the next steps are... I should really get visuals. Should I get visuals up? Like, I don't... Right now, the visuals aren't the main thing, but maybe I should do it as I go. I'm not gonna have the draw thing yet. Okay, so... But I do need to get the draw thing working, though. Because the next step is that I need to assign... So let me go to the 2D thing here. So here's our game board. I need to assign player 1 and 2 their first cards. And that's what I need to just so like I need to quote unquote draw from the deck and give it to the first the cards to the players. And then when that happens, I need to turn that position into null. So that way they don't, and then when they draw the next cards, I need to check to see if that position is null, and if it is, then you need to skip to the next one until you find a non-null card to draw for the next turn. So that's the next big step, is drawing cards from the deck and turning those spots into null, and then subsequently drawing the next non-null position in the deck array. As usual on Sunday mornings, I'm like, ugh, boo, I don't want to get up and stream. I don't want to do anything. But then I do it and everything is great. No good at all to see yourself. I recognize your face. Because I'm actually thinking now. I do need to split the deck, though. Because usually when you play War, you split the deck in half. And you each take a half. You don't really pull from a central deck. So I'm thinking maybe my next step is first to split the decks. Because the main deck is 52, which is what we have, and we shuffled it. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that's what I should do next. Is to split the deck into two decks. I keep saying decks, it's not going to be a word anymore. Split them up between the two players. That's what I'll do. This actually turned into step 4, and this is going to turn into step 5. Split deck between players. So essentially what we've got so far is at the start of the game, we have a deck of cards and we shuffle them. And then voila, we shuffled a deck of cards. That's freaking amazing. That's so cool. It's so cool. I feel so hype about this. Ah. Now, do I understand my coding? As always, most of it. So shuffle and instantiate are in... I can get rid of this. I don't need this. The one thing I'm confused about is the whole, like, this is... Like, this having to be going from 0 to... 0 to the max -1, and this being just okay with being whole numbers. That's what's tripping me out right now. I guess when you're calling things, it's the actual number is fine, and then inside this, it goes from 0 to whatever, -1. That's what's tripping me up, but I digress. Or do I digress? I don't know. So, what did I do today? I created the create deck function. I did that. We created an array. And I made all the spaces null. And then I filled the deck. Could I just merge these into one? Would I just be able to merge these into one? Let's try it. Get rid of that. Nope, I broke it. I think I have to create the array and then fill it. I'm cool with doing that. I was just thinking maybe if I can consolidate the two, maybe I'd be able to. Or maybe. Nope, I broke it. Invalid assignment of index 0. Okay, that's fine. I'll just keep it the way it is. Save it. Redo it. Okay, so what did we do today? We created a deck by creating just an array and filling it with null. And then afterwards, filling the array with actual card values and getting rid of the null. And yeah. Shuffle is an in-program thing. That shuffles an in-game thing that shuffles the elements of the array in a random order. But yeah, I guess that's an array. Yeah, we put it as an array, duh. So it shuffles an array. This is to do. So I wonder if this is all like array stuff. What's instantiate mean? The method. That's what it's called. I want to tell you what instantiate is. Appends value at the end of the array. And so yeah, so when ready up, all cards equals create deck, which calls, I believe, it to fill it up as null. And then we call the function fill main deck. We shuffle our array of cards into whatever order, and it fills them up in the value of card. And yeah, that's where we're at. Yay! So exciting. I'm so excited. This is working out. Instantiate is a method on the object in the array, not on the objects in the array, not the array. Okay. Right, because I have, this is the object is I-1 inside possible cards. Okay. Sick. That's gonna do it for me though today. Yay, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Congrats on a productive sesh. Thank you. So far, they have been productive sessions. And I've been thinking about maybe potentially trimming down the VODs to be like videos. Semi-instructional, but not really instructional, but just like the parts with me actually working and figuring things out for this step by step. But so far, we've accomplished the couple little bite-sized things that we wanted to do every stream so far, which has been great, because that's how I've been approaching it this time with this how I've been approaching it with this project. Because again, the match 3 tutorials that we followed were so bite-sized and understandable and easy to follow, because he literally broke down every tiny possible step into one 10-minute video. And it was great, and it was understandable for me to digest. And so I was like, okay, I need to break down my projects that way. So that's what I'm doing with this, where I was like, okay. First step was creating the deck array. We did that. Awesome. Second step was to fill it with cards without worrying about whether or not they're duplicated. I just need to fill it up. And then I figured that out, and it was great. And then the next step, now do it without duplicating anything. And then we figured that out. So it's just like, yes, little bite-sized steppies. I would watch those videos. This is motivating me to open Godot again. Do it! Do it. I've been trying to do one, like, so I want to try to finish this game, quote unquote. It's a tiny game. It's a tiny game. I want to try to do a tiny game every quarter. So I wanted to have this done by end of March, but then I'm looking at, I keep forgetting, February is just, it's jam slam packed for me because it's all these birthdays and celebrations and stuff that happen in February for me. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to stream much next month because I'm going to be so busy. So I don't think I'll have it done by March, but maybe, I don't know. I would like to do maybe a couple extra streams sometime in between, but definitely Sundays is for now. 25 is next, wait, the 25th is today. Oh my god. So let me look at, because like, I don't even think I'm going to be able to stream next Sunday. No, I should be able to. It's only going to be the 1st. Yeah, I'll be able to on the 1st. The 8th, I should be able to still as well. 15th? No. 22nd? Maybe, actually. But I just also may want to just chill on certain days, so we'll see. But I should be able to stream next week. And next week we will be, what will we be doing? What did I say? We'll be splitting the deck. That'll be the first thing we do, is splitting the deck between the players. We created a deck and we shuffled it. That's almost 3 hours of work, 2.5 hours, 2 hours of work. Yeah, well, so 2 hours of work, and I created a deck and I shuffled it. But hey, it's pretty great. I actually gotta set up my calendar for February. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was good production. That's gonna be it for me today. I appreciate everybody for hanging out and stopping by. You wanna, follow, sub, all that fun stuff across my socials, do it, please. But I definitely will be back next Sunday. I'm just double checking the week. See if I could sneak in an extra thing. I don't think I can sneak an extra thing. But definitely next week. And we will continue this. But that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.